Whales change strategy, sell high and buy low. Bitcoin halving will trigger a bullish trend. 95% of NFTs are worthless. Is the NFT market about to cool down? Yes. Stocks fall to the point where Bitcoin doesn't follow suit. Bitcoin is about to become the leader. Chat was complained about its poor timeliness. The latest feature may slap users in the face. Bitcoin spot ETF magic delayed again. SEC is prepared to fight to the death. SBF fails bail and goes to jail again. How bad is the detention environment? Change the world with cryptocurrencies. Get our wealth code. Let's become rich together.
Thursday, September 28th. Where is the coin chain? My name is Michael, still in Hokkaido. Let us look at today's data. Data display. According to Bitcoin halving, there are still more than 200 days left. But currently, Bitcoin's monthly new issuance, it is 27,000 Bitcoins. So what is the supply? In the past 30 days, Bitcoin whales and super whales, exchange and miner groups, demand for Bitcoin, 86,000 Bitcoins added. This almost completely eliminates new issuance amount issued each month, so the current trend shows monthly Bitcoin issuance is unable to meet market demand. This may be a complete underestimate. Me follow supply crunch, but given the continued demand, halving will work. The monthly supply of Bitcoin reduced to 13,500 Bitcoins. It will trigger then the market reaction to the extreme price increase because of supply. This is the most basic market principle. Then as the supply decreases, demand remains unchanged. Prices should go up. Let's take a look. Bitcoin price. It is now around $26,000 to compete for the integer barrier. Now let's see what the whales do. Data analysis shows Bitcoin whales, from a short accumulation phase, has transitioned to the distribution state. How to understand? It's the whales that are starting to sell the market. Then the selling volume has reached more than 10,000 Bitcoins. The cumulative Bitcoin price, the average price is around $25,000. So through the data, we can see there are some whales that have profited, changing strategy, convert from hoarding to selling, deconvert their profits. This may be a take advantage of market dynamics, sell at higher price, and at a lower point, a strategy for recycling again. So you can follow the prices of whales, sold around 26,000, while waiting for 25,000. Then take the goods back again. I believe the entire market should be. It will give the trend. We can wait. Invest in the crypto world used to be like a star, but 1 year, it fell to freezing point. The most recent data shows that 95% infdone, already worthless. It's like a bolt from the blue. Let this market fall into ice even more. According to research, only 21% of entities is completely sold, have 100% ownership, and the remaining 79%, all in a state of being for sale. What's the reason behind this number? New entities are emerging in droves, and actual market demand caused a serious imbalance. This is the main reason, so the oversupply environment, making it difficult for the market to make new entities, find new buyers. Many investors, when reviewing your investment options, the value of entity, a problem is also exposed. It's the listing price, and the actual transaction price is obviously out of touch. Please press like. This is our greatest support. We will help you sort out news from the crypto space. You can't miss 24 hours a day. During last year's bear market, no doubt, Bitcoin's trend and U.S. stocks, especially the trend of technology stocks, it's exactly the same. Follow the rise and fall. If you have recently watched the recent trend of U.S. stocks, you will find U.S. stocks now. Correlation with Bitcoin is constantly decreasing. Let us take Nasdaq as an example. Recent Nasdaq stocks is falling continuously, and the decline is not small. But looking at Bitcoin, it is still in a consolidation range. He was not brought down by Nachi, so Bitcoin is between the Nasdaq. Get out of your own way. And recently, the big guys, in this case, gave his own explanation and judged that next Bitcoin correlation with U.S. stocks will continue to differentiate.
Head of Research at CoinShares, James Butterfield in interview, say to the blog, with talk of long-term Fed rate hikes deeply rooted in people's hearts, Bitcoin's correlation with stocks. Differentiation is occurring. He expressed. Higher interest rates for longer periods of time could be good for Bitcoin, but it's not good for stocks, resulting in corporate profit margins continue to be squeezed. James Butterfield added, what's happening now will lead to correlation between Bitcoin and stocks. In the coming months, even within a year, differentiation continues to occur.
In the final analysis, it is Bitcoin's response to the Fed's interest rate hike already immune. This needs to be done before. As soon as I heard about the interest rate hike, or inflation is higher than expected, the market was immediately frightened, and now everyone can see. Bitcoin has fallen by 62%. It dropped to 76% at the lowest point. This is already a relative bottom. A lot has fallen already. Looking back at you, as stocks. In fact, he is still in a high position, so the correlation between you, as stocks and Bitcoin is declining. Not surprising at all, and everyone understands. The birth of Bitcoin, originally intended to replace traditional finance, so when traditional finance, represented by the Federal Reserve, when traditional finance declines, this is the day when Bitcoin rises. Here's the big news. ChatGPT, have you used it? Have you ever used it before? I believe everyone agrees on this. But ChatGPT has a shortcoming. Its disadvantage is that it is not timely. It can only handle data older than 21 years. For the current market, new things happening, it has no answer. So ChatGPT used to answer things in the past. Is very good, but there's no way to keep up with current events.
But it's different now. Recently, Checked announced, can access the internet. You can keep up with current events. Let's take a look. Previous data showed Checked 3.5 data content only updated before September 2021. A few days ago, OpenAI announced on the X platform, ChatGPT can now browse the internet, provide the latest authoritative information, and direct source link, and is no longer limited to data before September 2021. Current Plus and Enterprise users browse the internet function is available. Coming soon to all users. To enable this feature, need to be in the selector under GPT-4. Choose to browse with Bing.
But I think it will also bring a new problem. Was training before, when artificial intelligence model, at least there is organization or programming, asking some questions, information he believes to be true. If you only have access to the internet now, there is a lot of false information on the internet. How to avoid it? If it puts false information, mistaken for real information, then its search data, or the content given by its database, will it be distorted?
SEC ignores both parties in the United States. Urging ETF approval. Bitcoin spot ETF has become a mystery. SBF, I'm afraid jail is inevitable. The key information will have to wait until next year. Which party is in power?
Among the daily reports of the past 2 days, what are we talking about? According to the U.S. Secretary regarding the approval of Bitcoin spot ETFs, will not refuse directly, but it won't pass easily. Drag word decision. Drag me down and drag you to death. Isn't this what the SEC has said recently? Announcing another postponement of our investment and 21 Russia's application for Bitcoin spot ETF. Delayed review time. It has been pushed to January 10th next year. This news triggered widespread speculation in the market. Many people pessimistically think that this means approval gate for Bitcoin spot ETFs. It's closed because the SEC can keep dragging.
In addition to ARK investment and 21 shares, beyond Bitcoin spot ETFs, there are another 7 levels. Bitcoin spot ETF will also face SEC review soon. According to market analysts' predictions, these 7 companies applied, also subject to delayed decision by SEC. At this critical moment, 4 MPs sent a letter to SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, urge him to approve immediately Bitcoin spot ETF launches. They think Regulated Bitcoin spot ETFs will make Bitcoin more transparent and secure, thereby enhancing investor protection.
Many legislators now start urging for the market and investors. It's a very positive signal. After all, last month, Grayscale wins SEC lawsuit. Moreover, 3 U.S. judges also ruled SEC must re-examine approval requirements for Bitcoin spot ETFs. So this ruling for application for Bitcoin spot ETF is victorious. This means at least the SEC must reconsider are its review and approval standards appropriate, and cannot simply refuse it. Unfortunately, the SEC has not yet issued a letter to lawmakers make any response. But like the SEC, if you continue to delay, probably the big dream of this spot ETF will really be shut down. Since SBF was investigated and punished after interfering with multiple witnesses, arrested again in August, the lawyer reflected, SBF is currently in a situation where there is no network, an environment lacking food and medicine. Also because SBF is a vegetarian, so he can only rely on bread and water to survive. It seems that life is rather difficult. Besides, for the location of SBF, prison environment, some specific details, it is not clear now. But there are good organizations at present, understood the present SBF's living environment after his arrest. What is it like? Are you curious?
Let's see together. At present, SBF needs to wake up at 6 a.m. and organize the environment. Then it's working time. May be responsible for cleaning the facility, work as a kitchen worker, or perform maintenance work. Daily 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. It's SBF meal time. Main meals are cold cuts and sandwiches, moldy pound cake, and other unrecognized food from the kitchen. But as a vegetarian SBF, if you cannot accept these meals, available for $3.65, buy a peanut butter or jelly sandwich. Purchase limit 2 per day. Besides, SBF can also be used in indoor spaces. Talk to other people, play cards or watch TV. SBF inmates include terrorists, organized criminals and drug dealers, etc. Some of them were charged with drug trafficking. Former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, and those accused of fraud. Chinese businessman Guo Wengui and others.
Have a look at SBF, a luxurious team of inmates. There really is everyone. After they come out, will there be another Avengers team? I think this is a very interesting thing. Of course, many people are saying, SBF parents. The influence in American politics is very large. This time the news is released. Maybe I'm setting off smoke bombs for everyone. In fact, SBF may live a imperial prison life, but these are some assumptions. But the current SBF case, it's been delayed again and again. Many people are speculating. We're also waiting for the results of the US election. If the Democrats win, so what is the sentence for SBF? Maybe reduced some. But if the Republicans win, then SBF will stay in jail for the rest of his life. It's not impossible. Let us take a look at Express in crypto space.
Hong Kong Secretary for Security Tang Bingqiang said. Police have investigated the JPX fraud case. 12 people arrested. And raided 16 OTC exchange shops. HK $8 million in cash seized. More than HK 77 million in assets frozen. Includes properties and cryptocurrencies. Unisat Wallet announced. Launched BRC20 swap testnet. On its testnet, users can minting BRC20 tokens, deposit transaction, and increase liquidity. Mixin left a message on the chain to the hacker saying, assets on the Mixin platform. Most of them are users' assets. Hope attacker. Stolen assets can be returned. If the attacker chooses to return the assets, can leave $20 million as a bug bounty. To connect with Mixin via oil prices. Learn bonus details. A few days ago, co-founder Michael Yegorov, in the past 2 days, deposited 68 million CRV to Silo, and borrowed 10.77 million CRV USD, then exchanged CRV USD to USDT, and repay all debts on Aave, currently on 4 platforms, has 253.67 million CRV collateral. and 42.7 million in debt. Coinbase director Connor Grogan. Post on social media. Binance launched this past weekend, minting over 500 million BAT. And after depositing the tweet into the trading platform, approximately 524 million BAT destroyed.
Let's talk about it today. The third principle of short-term investment, that is to build positions in batches. The principle of never being full. What is building a position in batches? Many people will do it at one time, buy all his chips in. The correct approach should be, in the process of rising, sell while rising, and in the process of falling, buy while falling. This way you can be in the low position, choose your own chips, and in the process of rising, take profit and get back your profit and principal. And in this process, never full position. You should always set aside 10%, 20% of your position. What to prepare? Prepare for a black swan situation. When the pin is inserted to the extreme, you can be in a lower position. Buy your own chips, but remember, you can never buy the lowest. It will never sell to the highest point. That is all for today. We will help you sort out news you must pay attention to in 24 hours. We hope, through sorting out this kind of news every day, allows you to explore the crypto track. It is from a quantitative change to a qualitative change, and further understand. This is a fair track. We will survive the bear market with you. Let us slowly become rich together. See you next Monday.